So you guys were all here for who? You guys heard of him? Oh, okay. So, in order for the door to unlock for him, you guys have to like really scream and be loud for him to show you really want him here. Welcome to Portland. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Cowabunga. Anybody repeat here from last night? Only a few. Nice. Okay, cool. Yes, that's what it's all about. We're just gonna pretty much redo the same thing we did. All of the questions may be different. You decide. So let's see where it goes. I'm going to show about 10 minutes of outtakes first, just for fun. This is on the Volume 9 DVD, which is pretty much just a continuation of the other 8 we did. DVD's pretty much out of date, you know, like the format, but we have just to continue them for those who are still, you know, wanting to finish off that collection. But it will be on Blu-ray eventually, because we're working on, we did the Volume X Blu-ray first, where it's the Mega Man series, how we have the X line as well as the regular ones.
Yeah.
And X2 is coming out hopefully by the end of the year, and then probably by the time we get to X3 it would have what you're going to see here on it. But it is on the Volume 9, but it is a DVD for now. So here's the outtakes. Just to turn up the volume a little here, and just enjoy. It's basically all the times I've messed up.
Remember that time you went to Universal? They wouldn't let you on the rides unless you wear a stupid fucking hat. Why did they make you wear a hat? Remember that time you went to Universal and they wouldn't let you on the rides unless you wore a fucking hat? Yeah, apparently there's a big stamp collecting contest going on at Universal. So every time you finish one of the rides, you get a stamp. So shoot. Why was this game sole purpose to predict the events of 1997? Or was it just trying to like Princess Leia and Jabba in Return of the Jedi? The special edition of Star Wars, 97. Fuck. What? Princess Leia and Jabba in Return of... Like Princess Leia and Jabba in Return of the Jedi. The special edition of Star Wars in 97. Oh, fuck. I went back full circle. Fuck. Special edition of Star Wars in 97. Oh, fuck. We're back again. Just trying to... The special edition of Star Wars in 97. Fuck, we're back again. Trying to get a final answer here. Let's cut this shit.
It was made by Mindscape, proving that not every LJN movie-based game. It was made by Mindscape, proving that not every NES movie-based game was made by LJN.
But it pisses me off. I feel like an ass. I can't let that go. It's This game is a rare breed where I legitimately can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. It's the type of game designed to make the kid playing real poorly. I legitimately and question, is it really you? But it's the straight. I can usually adapt to crap. I can usually adapt to crap. I can usually adapt to crap. But this game is a rare breed where I legitimately can't figure out. I can usually adapt to crap. But this game is a rare breed where I legitimately can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. It's the type of game designed to make you feel like a fuck. It's the type of game designed to make it appear that you're playing real poorly. Fuck! To make you question, is it really you? But it's the strange... I can usually adapt to crap, but this is a rare... I can usually adapt to crap, but... To make you question, is it really you? But it's the delayed... I can usually adapt to crap, but this is a game... fuck. It's the type of game designed to make you, fuck, use the fucking third, to make you question, is it really you? But it's the strange hit, but it's the delayed controls and strange hit detection.
Got it.
Or a watch is not cool enough. Yeah, kids nowadays, they tell time on their phones. Yeah, it looks so cool going around wearing... I don't need this shit. I can wear a watch. Or a watch is not cool enough. No. Kids nowadays, they don't... Or a watch is not cool enough nowadays. No. Kids, they look at the... I don't need this shit. I can wear a watch. I don't need this shit. I can wear a watch. But... It's bullshit. The game demands I play by its schedule. So what am I... Oh, no. The seamen are mating. And there they are. It's very creative. It's basically a form of virtual pet game. A pet that happens to be a sarcastic, wise-ass son of a bitch. But the shitty sequel, Crow, Shitty of Age, fuck. Yeah! This game is worse than a Mischief Night. Yeah! This game is worse than a Mischief Night prank. Mischief Night is throwing This game is the equivalent of throwing toilet paper after you wiped your ass on it. Fuck the crow up its fucking bird ass. Fuck. Fuck the crow up its bird ass. And fuck you fucking clown face. This game is worse than a Mischief Night prank. Mischief Night is the equivalent of throwing toilet... This game is the equivalent of throwing... And fuck you fucking clown face! Fuck you fucking clown face! Joker, Kiss, makeup wearing, King Diamond, Beetlejuice, Alice Cooper, Marilyn... Beetlejuice, Alice Cooper, Marilyn Manson, motherfucker! God, your mother. There's too many guys! Easy does it. Okay, easy does it. Come on, you son of, get the fuck out of my way. Yeah! Squash that bitch! Go on ahead. Oh, get the fuck out of my way. Yeah! Did you see that? I fucking squashed that bitch! Oh! Look what is happening right over here. That's how I sum it up.
I think it's your face. Nobody expects there to actually be like a face underneath. I'm thinking it's stuffed with newspaper or something, but it's actually like there's actually like a face underneath. Sprout, you ignoramus.
Oh, you're right, shit.
It doesn't hurt or anything. I can get through it.
Okay, go. Shit. It won't fucking break. Yes!
There was like an assault, like something bad was happening. It was like, blam.
I would see like the slow motion wasn't slow enough.
How about... Cat's taking a piss.
Guys?
I'm waiting for the cat to finish pissing. Oh, now comes the whole. So appropriate, but I just happen to be filming this whole scene near the litter pan, the duty pan, the shit box.
And what pisses me off the most is that nobody else seems to think this is that hard. But I think that aiming this... But for me, I find trying to aim the newspaper into the mailbox is like trying to slingshot a dingleberry from a playground roundabout that's situated on a moving parade float while aiming into a bottle cap that's tied to a Himalayan snow cap. It's tied by a string to a Himalayan snowcock while drunk. It's like somebody from NASA. But for me, aiming the newspaper into the mailbox is like trying to slingshot a dingleberry that's a dingleberry from a playground roundabout. It would take somebody from NASA who knows how to calculate exactly when a certain asteroid is going to pass by a certain planet it's like trying to slingshot a dingleberry from a playground roundabout that's situated on a moving parade float while... fuck! Situated on a moving parade float, aiming into a bottle cap that's touched. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to calculate my cat's...
3 of 7.
But for me, aiming the newspaper into the plate... In the plate? What the fuck, dude? But for me, aiming the newspaper into the mailbox is like trying to... Meanwhile, I'm still trying to calculate my cat's shit comets it spreads across the carpet after wiping its ass on it before its anal glands have been evacuated. Good. Holy fucking shit.
Thank you. Enjoy that? Yeah! So, just ask some questions. I tend to give the best answers with production-related questions, but anything you want to ask, go for it. Just raise your hands. I guess I'll shut this here. Have it right there, right in front of me. We'll start. Yeah, you.
Have you got a chance to partake in Oregon's finest weed?
Oregon's finest weed. No, I have not. Have you?
There's one in the leaf right across the
Raise your
street.
hand if you have. Fair amount. How about going down the aisle? Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Hi. I'm hello from South Jersey. I grew up in Lakewood, Ocean County.
Okay.
So your nostalgia I love because I love hearing your Mike's accents because it's another level.
Oh yeah.
Talking to kids that spoke like you guys, I think it's one time.
Okay.
That's beside the point. But I think I have a couple of years on you. I really liked, so I started playing the Atari like in the late 70s. And I remember Adventure was one of my favorite games. And when you and Mike did your Atari, your 5-part series, I was kind of shocked that you didn't touch on Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like that's like the great-grandfather to Zelda even.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm just curious why you haven't done that.
I think it just didn't make it on for some reason. I don't know. The question is why did we do Adventure when we did all the Atari games? We need to do more of that. We need to basically just do more rounds of Atari to like keep doing more games for it. So I don't know. Like next time we do that, we should include that one for sure. So how about let's try to go to the back. It's in the aisle here. The blue shirt. Yeah.
What game made you the maddest, and what game made you the happiest, and why?
What game made me the happiest and maddest? It's got to be Jekyll and Hyde. That's the maddest. That's the English one. But the happiest, I off the top of my head, I can't think. I'm going to say it's. I don't don't know, Zelda, one of the, just like something we both really enjoy. But I'm sure there's always like a random game. Okay, here we go. Here's a good answer. It's the Goat Simulator. That one made us. Hell yeah! That was amazing. So, there's another one coming up that we shot, and I hope to see that one soon. There's one coming up in particular that I don't know what's going to be released, but that one made us really happy too. So it's one of the Monday videos. Right here, the black sweater. Yeah, you're.
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
One, first, have you ever seen Red Letter Media's Star Wars reviews? And 2, if you could review any game from the modern era, 360, PS4, whatever, what would it be?
First, if I've seen any of the Red Letter Star Wars reviews. No, I haven't. I have heard of them. I heard they're like really thorough, right?
Yes.
Okay. You recommend them?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I've heard good things about them. I heard they're really funny. The other question, oh fuck, I can't remember. What was it?
It was
Modern game. Okay, yeah. Well, we do a lot of them as James and Mike. We were doing like a lot of PC games lately. So, what was the question of which console I would focus on, or a particular game?
particular
Just like any game.
Any game. There's a lot of them, but like a lot of the ones I really want to play are ones that would take a long time. So we have to like just dedicate some time to some of those. I know Soma is one I want to play, but it may take a long time because I'm interested in like a lot of horror games, a lot of things that I haven't played. Usually things outside of my norm because I play all these old retro side scrollers. I like to try and expand and do different things. Right here.
What made you decide to go into video game criticism?
Oh, video game criticism. To go into video game criticism was a total accident, really. And I love that it happened, but it wasn't something I thought there was like a. I didn't know that many people were interested as much as I was in the same thing. So that was just an experiment because I started off with filmmaking. I wanted to do movies, but this was kind of like a little thing I did on the side. Because I did a lot of things. I did like all these animated movies, Monkey Cheese. I would just do random things all the time.
Shit pickle.
But this one, yeah, Shit Pickle. And then this was just this, it caught on, and then it was like, oh wow, a lot of people out there remember the same games, and it caught on. Oh, and you had your hand up too, yeah.
Do you ever give up on a shot if you have a lot of trouble on it, or do you power through?
Oh, do I ever give up on a shot if I have a lot of trouble on it? Not usually. I can't think of any example where I did, because usually I have to get it done no matter what. So it's like no matter how hard the shot is, it's got to get done. So I can't think of. I've thought of times where I've aborted an idea, where the Mega Man episode, which ends with the fight with Bugs Bunny. That one. The whole idea was going to be this big Royal Rumble of all the characters that have ever been in a nerd episode. I wanted to have Jason Voorhees and Freddy and the Cowardly Lion and just all these different cameos show up at the end in like one big fight, and Kyle would have been in it. And that episode already had so much green screen, me acting with myself, which meant twice as much of filming and timing to get the dialogue to all sync up together. So it was already such a big episode to begin with. Even if it didn't have all that green screen, just playing all the games and recording them and all that was enough. So by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, okay, this isn't going to get done unless I take the rest of the year off for this one episode. So it's like I got to move on. I have to just make it simple. And Bugs Bunny was the character most people remembered the most, I think. So I just stuck with that. Hey, right here.
Are you ever gonna do any more videos like of the N64, PlayStation, and Dreamcast era?
Oh, I hope so. N64, PlayStation. Do I do any more of them? Yeah, I hope so. There's also a lot of consoles we haven't done yet. I'd actually like to do more Commodore 64 and stuff like that. So there's a lot. Yeah.
So for N64, I have an idea for a game.
Oh yeah?
The Bugs Life game.
Bugs Life on N64. I think I have it actually. I'll try.
On PlayStation, I have that too.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah?
PlayStation versions.
Right here in the aisle, a green shirt. Yeah.
So it's pretty obvious that you get pretty loud and rambunctious when recording, either just vocal stuff or acting. Do you
Yeah.
have any stories of neighbors expressing concern whatever's going on inside the house?
The storm.
Oh, the storm? What storm?
Repeat, what do you have?
No. I mean, have neighbors or passers come by or be like, "Hey, is everything okay? What's going on?"
No, surprisingly not. I mean, a lot of the old episodes were in an apartment building, so I kind of like it toned down a lot during that. Like I was kind of just, I mean, pretty much the way they started, it never really got that loud because like I just couldn't, you know. The loudest I think I ever got was when in the Ninja Turtles 3 movie review when I smashed the VHS tape with the hammer because I'm just smashing this tape. I'm like, there's no way to make this quiet. Like the only way it's gonna break is if I hit it like as hard as I can. And I'm just thinking like what are people thinking when they hear this? Then there was also the Friday the 13th episode when I had the cartridge and I'm like, this game is fucking horrible, and I smashed it against the wall, which is actually a clay cartridge. I made a cartridge in clay. You don't even see it. It didn't even work out. Oh, wow. I'm holding the real cartridge like this, but then when I go to throw it, I'm holding it with my left hand like this, as if I was holding it with my right hand, because you only see the cartridge, you don't see my hand, so I'm just going like this, and then I'm holding the clay one in this hand. So then when I go like this one exits frame, and then I just throw the clay one. So that's what it was meant to smash and shatter because it was clay and I baked it in the oven and everything, but it didn't break. But it hit the wall pretty darn hard, and I'm just thinking whoever's living on the other side of that wall has got to have heard that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's right here. Yeah.
If you were part of a big production team, would you rather like direct, edit, act, or what's your favorite part of those videos?
Oh, a favorite part, like if I was on a big production, would I rather direct or rather act? I'd rather, direct. I always rather be behind the camera and, being able to see everything and in real time as it's happening. But now when I'm on camera, then I always want to look at what we just recorded. So I'm always having to like run back and forth. And like, all right, well, can we watch that? What did I look like? No, let's do that again, But also there's something fun about it, just being an actor, which doesn't happen that often, but sometimes if I'm just acting on someone else's project, then you get to just relax more and let the director deal with all the stress and everything, and you just show up and you act, and you just concentrate on acting. But, everybody who's ever done it, like even Sylvester Stallone, who directs and acts, like says it's extremely difficult because you're doing multiple jobs.
Yeah.
It is cool sometimes to only be able to do one or the other. How about, let's see, right at the end here? Yeah.
So what were you planning on doing first? Video about the Mandela effect or video about the Berenstain Bears? Like, what was first? Did you keep that one first?
Oh, how I came up with the idea of the well, not the idea of the Mandela effect, but the episode about the Berenstain Bears. That's one of my favorite Halloween episodes I've done ever. I like taking something that isn't supposed to be Halloween and then making it twist into that. The idea came about, somebody showed me, here's the Mandela effect, and, I was reading the Berenstain Bears books to my daughter, and that was the first time I noticed that it was spelled with an A. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was just kind of like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, oh, so it's Berenstain Bears. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe they reprinted it, or maybe for some reason, maybe there's some legal thing, or maybe the authors didn't want to be associated. Like all these possibilities ran through my head, but I just figured, they must have changed it. Then I saw the TV show, and that had an A, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then someone told me about the Mandela effect, and that's when I put it all together, and I read all these articles that were on the internet about it, and was like, oh, so all these other people had the same exact experience. How do all these people remember that it was spelled with an E? And I'm just curious, raise your hand if you remember it spelled with an E. All right, and now with an A. Wow, it's overwhelmingly with an E. So that means that the few that raise their hand with an A, you're native to this universe. Everybody else, we crossed over from another universe. So, I just thought that was really funny, so it's like the nerd has to do some kind of twist on this. So, we did our own take on it and just celebrated this cool phenomenon of, well, I think it's just a lot of bad memory, I guess. That's the only thing that we can, because nobody has found a book or anything, but it's weird, I don't know. It's just a weird thing that it's just so many people could all be wrong. Like, how is that possible? But, yeah.
Government conspiracies.
Maybe, let's see. How about, all the way against the wall here? Yeah, sure, yeah, right here, yeah.
Yeah, on your Indiana Jones episode a couple years back, there was a scene where you actually broke a cartridge and you whipped the cartridge and did a dance. Did you actually accidentally break that dance? Because your reaction looked really...
Oh, yeah. I mean, the explanation isn't as funny as what it's in the episode, but in the Indiana Jones episode where I whip the game cartridge and then it knocks over like a lamp, or it breaks a lamp. We'll just say I put in the sound effect of it breaking, but I did knock it over. It was just a lamp that got knocked over. Nothing happened really, but just the reaction, I'm like, oh shit. Like it just came off as so natural. I'm like, oh, well, that's like an outtake that is too funny to be an outtake, so I'm gonna make it an intake and keep it in. Yeah. Yeah, so how about right here?
What are the things you wanted to review? What couldn't because of, say, budget issues?
Oh, there was an episode that got cut down due to budget issues? Is that?
Things you wanted to review, but couldn't because of budget issues.
Oh, okay. Couldn't review because of a budget issue, like the game being too expensive or something like that. Too hard to find. Yeah. See, I can't think of one off the top of my head that was completely abandoned, but some of them got expensive. I know like Super Noah's Ark 3D was one of the first ones where it was like, oh, I gotta get this game to do the video, but I know the Halloween, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, those ones, took a big hit because they're rare.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's none I can think of off the top of my head where I didn't do it at all. Maybe the NES Panavision games. Do you know what those ones like Bubble Bath Babes, Hot Slots, and Peekaboo Poker? Those are three of the rarest NES games out there. They're just really expensive. I don't think the cash is worth it for that. Yeah. So right here with the orange bag. Yeah.
Will Monster Madness continue next year in some sort of maybe live stream, a marathon, or past reviews?
Oh, yeah.
Mixing in commentaries of horror movies.
Sure.
The main ones.
Yeah, so as far as Monster Madness, like we all know that the 31 marathon just can't continue, like doing 31 in 1 month, but as far as continuing it in some form, like those are all ideas that are possible. Like streaming, I think streaming public domain movies would be awesome. That would be cool, kind of like if it was streaming, but we like sort of live commented on them or something. I would really love to do that. I'd love to do something as like a horror host. We've had a lot of issues with public domain movies. Like we've tried to post a lot of our commentaries on YouTube, and they get content ID matches, even though they're public domain movies. Somebody out there claims them, so it's always just kind of like a mess with trying to like post anything on YouTube, pretty much, except for totally original content. I don't know if we could do that, but we do something like even like one idea is like do like a mini Monster Madness where it's just 1 week or something like that, or just do it on the weekends, like it's every Saturday or something. But hopefully, I get more time to do other reviews spread out throughout the year and do all genres. Don't have to restrict myself just to horror movies, and then hopefully make my own horror movie next year. I hope. Oh, you guys both. I'll get both of you guys. Yeah, you first. Yep.
Best and worst Commodore 64 games.
Best and worst cover for N64 games.
Commodore thing. What is it?
Commodore.
Commodore. Okay.
Commodore 64.
Yeah. Best and worst covers. Oh, I can't think of that. Can you think of any off the top of your head?
I said Commodore. C64.
Yeah, Commodore 64. I can't think of many off the top of my head.
Summer games.
Worst game, like the best
Summer games?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to check that one out. I don't have a lot of them in the boxes. Most of them I have on the floppy disks, or even the tapes. The cassettes have pretty cool covers sometimes. but I can't think of any that's
Batman?
the Batman one. There's a few Batman ones on there, aren't there? The Caped Crusader one.
Comic book one with the shitting bats.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that many of the covers. There's a ton of Converse 64 games, though. It's amazing how many games are on that console. Hey, right here.
Yeah, I was just wondering, after you post your videos, like, do you get any funny, positive, or negative feedback from people who actually work on those games?
For people who worked on the games, no, not often. No, I got one. I'm trying to. I know with Board James, the guy who made Key to the Kingdom, like responded. He was really happy, and it was like, "Oh, I'm so glad that you're talking about my game and everything. That's so awesome." So that was nice. I heard that one of the creators of Inhumanoids responded after I did a review on the cartoon series. That was awesome. And as far as games, the only one I can remember is the Jaguar CD port of Doom. I remember I commented that there's no music in it, and like why is there no music in the Atari Doom? And no, it was it was the Atari Jaguar. He gave an answer. Like, he actually wrote an email that said, like, oh, not that this is a good excuse, but there was like legal issues with her. They couldn't get the rights to the music, and then it ended up just being silent. Like, there was just no music in it whatsoever. So, yeah. So I see just a bunch of arms. I just see a sea of arms. How about right there? Yeah, with the black. Yeah.
I was wondering what's...
Yep, go ahead.
Oh.
No, you can go ahead first, yeah.
I was wondering what's the strangest fan fiction of your character you ever came across?
Oh, fan fiction of the nerd?
Yeah.
Fan fiction of the nerd. Does anybody remember any? I'm trying to think.
One where you fucked the nostalgia critic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Well, that would have to win then. Wow, okay.
Shit pickle.
Shit pickle. Yeah, I can't think of it. I'm sorry, I can't think of any fan fiction. Yeah, right back there. Yeah, with the black hoodie, or the. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Leather jacket.
Yeah. You got the leather jackets. Yeah, I see both of you guys there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, least favorite? Least favorite episode of the Nerd. The one that comes off the first one that comes to mind is McKids, because I was like, oh, there's this McDonald's game. Oh, this has got to be really bad. And then I played it, and it wasn't that bad. So then I was like, oh well, I've already gone this far that I gotta finish this off. And then it was like an okay episode for the time, but it wasn't really like that good of an episode, I thought. So I don't know. Like the McKids one was kind of weak. There was a few other weak ones. Like Daydreaming Davy was kind of weak. Yeah. So yeah, the leather jacket.
Okay.
Yep.
This one.
Whichever one of you wants to go. Yeah.
So actually, I'm quite a fan of cheesy horror movies from yesteryear myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really appreciate your Monster Madness so much, and I love when you do tie-in games like Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta know, like, which of your Halloween episodes is your favorite to film?
Oh, which one is my favorite Halloween episode? I mean, the Berenstain Bears one's so recent, but that one I really love how it was just took an unexpected turn. Like, I'm really a fan of that. So that's definitely one of my favorites. It wasn't my favorite to shoot, though. It was actually probably my least favorite episode ever to shoot because of the attic scenes, which were extremely hot. And also the fake cobwebs kept sticking to me everywhere. So it was just kind of like this miserable shoot just to get through the attic scene because there was so much stuff in my way. Just the cobwebs and then the cameras and the lights and everything. But I think going back to the first Halloween episodes, like they were really original. When I did those, at the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, like two-parter, I think that was kind of like the one that started it all. So that's still up there with my favorites too. Like up in the back against the aisle, yeah, way back there. Just trying to go for
the hell out of me.
Yeah.
The Dream Phone episode.
Yeah.
I hear Bootsy actually made the song that haunts my dreams at night.
Yeah. Oh, we have more Bootsy music in future videos. That's the question?
That's the question.
Yeah, I hope so. It's usually the Board James episodes, since we're not doing that right now, so I don't know, maybe it could be a nerd episode sometime. I've never thought that through yet or worked it in, but he's always there for music when the time comes, so we'll see. Let's see, I don't know how to, I'll just go for like up here, yeah, hey. Yep.
What is your methodology for storyboarding?
Oh, storyboarding, the methods for that, there's different ways I do it. Like, I'm trying to think of how to answer. Technically, just like sometimes it's index cards and other times it's on the side of the script. But I do when I do them on the side of the script, it's good because then I just keep track of the chronological order of it and I just check them all off. But then the index cards are good for if it's like really complicated. If it's a big video that's or something that's more verging on short film, then like the Board James finale, then I do index cards so that I can shuffle them into different orders. So I can put them at or I can organize them into different orders. Like have all the scenes with Mike and Bootsy in it, all the scenes with me and Bootsy, all the scenes with Mike and me, all the scenes with all three of us, and organize it in a way that's easiest to shoot. And I even have color-coded index cards, so I'll get like red ones and green ones and yellow ones, and then some of them are like, oh, these are green screen shots, so today's all green screen, so the more complicated the video is, the more necessary it is to organize it so you know how you're shooting it. How about right here in the aisle? Oh, sure, yep.
One of my favorite things you've done is the Castlevania retrospective.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any, because those are the ones that were closest to you when you were a kid, do you have any memories of, the original Resident Evil games from PS1 era?
Any, for Resident Evil?
Yeah, the original, 3 Resident Evil games.
Yeah, I want to play more of them. I never got far. I played the first one when it was new, and that was actually the first PlayStation game I ever played, I think. And at that time, I was still waiting for the Nintendo 64, so I didn't buy a PlayStation, unfortunately, so I kind of missed out on a lot of that. But I did play Resident Evil a lot at a friend's house, and I was so terrible at it. I just keep walking in circles all the time, and I could never get used to the control. I just keep running into walls and stuff. It's just a total embarrassment, so I don't think you'll ever see me playing that unless I get some practice. And then I tried the second game, because everybody told me, oh, the second game's a lot better, you gotta play that. So I played it. The game starts up. Before I even have a chance to even get used to the controls, I'm getting ambushed by all these zombies. And I keep getting killed, so I can't even learn the controls. I don't even have a chance. I last just a few seconds in that game and I'm dead. So I don't think you're ever gonna see me play Resident Evil unless I get some practice and start to learn how to actually play them. Right here at the hat?
So, on your board, have you had a chance to play virtual reality and specifically Dread Halls?
Have I gotten a chance to play virtual reality?
And specifically the game Dread Halls.
Dread Halls. No, I played a game called The Visitor, I believe, and that was on Vive. And we filmed it for James and Mike, and I don't know if that one's even getting used. So we'll just wait and see. But yeah, we did film a bunch of virtual reality stuff in a day. I thought it was really cool. It was a little buggy for me personally. I know everybody's eyes are different, but I couldn't focus. I don't know if you can focus the eyes individually. So if I focus to one eye, the other eye isn't in focus. So then I can't actually. I think I'm missing out on some of the effects, but I can still see it enough to play it. It's just not quite there yet. I wasn't wearing the glasses. I was just trying to focus, but I have astigmatism, so one eye's different. So I don't think you're able to focus. If I could focus each eye individually, then it might help, but I don't think you can. Hey, all right, over here.
How sick are you of people making jokes about Mike's dick in the comments?
What are the jokes? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. That's why I don't read comments. They're not very intelligent. Right here. Yeah.
So, I forget what episode it was. Board James made a cameo in one of the Nerd episodes, and then the Berenstain Bears episode, the parallel universes. Is Board James like the nerd in a parallel universe where video games never existed?
Yeah, there's a whole, we have a theory going on right here, basically. In the Berenstain Bears, I mess around with alternate dimensions, like could Board James be the alternate dimension of the nerd, and you know, there's, all those are possibilities, so yeah, I think that one opened up a lot of doors that there are infinite different universes and infinite different possibilities, so every single possible outcome is happening somewhere. But which of those do I want to exploit in the videos? That's you know the question. So it just depends what I end up doing later. But no, that episode was just supposed to be a complete head tornado. It's just crazy. So right here in a white shirt. Yeah.
What was your first Godzilla movie and what's your least favorite?
Oh, first Godzilla movie that I've seen was Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, and did you ask my least favorite?
Least favorite.
Oh, least favorite. I guess it's got to be Godzilla's Revenge, but still, it's really funny. I can't discount that one though because it's given me a lot of joy. So I guess it might not be my least favorite. My least favorite would have to be something that's boring. I can't think of what that would be.
The 99 one with
98.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, the 98 one, it almost doesn't qualify because it's so different, but I also don't think, I think it's still entertaining enough where it doesn't totally disqualify itself. No, yeah, I don't know. Godzilla's Revenge, I think, is the worst, but it's hilarious. Right here, let's see, right, you like a flannel shirt, I think? I can't tell from here. Yeah, it's flannel. Yep. Oh. Oh, I've affected a lot of people's lives, and what do I feel about that? Oh yeah, it's really awesome. That's the truth of it. It's just really cool, and it never gets old to hear that. I was laughing right now because the whole pointing thing just doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's just like every time I can never get. I don't know. It's anybody who wants to go. I'm just kind of just pointing and seeing who answers. So sorry if I've passed over anybody or anything like that. So, but let's try to go toward the back. We might as well. Let's see. I can see like red shirt back there. Yeah.
So, if you ever had the time to do another movie, even if it involves the nerd or doesn't, is there an idea that is in the forefront of your mind that you would like to do with the movie if you had a good budget, time, and everything to sit down and do it?
You're asking specifically about if there was a nerd movie sequel, that particular, not like any other movie?
Just any movie idea that if you had the time and money and effort and all that to put into another movie, what's an idea of a movie, whether it includes the nerd or not?
Oh yeah, well there's tons of them that I don't think I need a big budget for, because that's, I want to try something a little more like an idea that works with few characters, few locations, few special effects, but just something that's a really good idea. But there's tons of them in my head. Like I've narrowed it down to like 6 right now. So it's just like a tournament in my brain of like which idea is going to beat the rest of them out. Because at the end of the day, I just got to pick the one that I'm excited about the most, and the one I think is the most feasible to make, in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But I do lean towards the horror genre a lot, but I want to do something that's not typical to the way horror movies are nowadays. I want to do something that's like more about atmosphere, something that's a little bit more, something that's a little more avant-garde than what's being done today. Something off the beaten path. Yeah. Oh, right here, the black leather. Yeah, you.
Hey, James.
Hey, how you doing?
I have a question. What would you do if your daughter stumbled across the internet and she found
And you go, ah!
Yeah.
Like, let's just say, and what age would she have to be, like, to be allowed to watch football?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that that'll happen naturally eventually, but by the time she's actually like allowed to even use the internet, but if I'm even letting her use YouTube or anything like that, by that point I think there's probably worse stuff on there anyway, so I think...
Do you think maybe she'll like come to your wife and be like, it's a potty mouth and he plays video games?
Yeah, I know. I gotta go work, and like, no, I gotta work. And then it's like, I gotta curse, I gotta scream and obscenities and stuff. Yeah. There's a really funny outtake that it didn't make it on that reel because it's so recent, but the Berenstain Bears one where I was like, dead. Is that a train? Yeah. Yeah, so like, it was like a flashback scene where Jason was killing me, and it's really funny that the cat comes up and he's like sniffing me. He's like in the shot, completely just ruining the shot. I'm playing dead, and the cat's like all over me, and I'm like, go away, Boo! And then she all of a sudden just shouts down. He's like, Daddy, what's Boo doing? And I'm like, everybody shut up, I'm trying to film this scene. It was really cute though, it's really funny. A 3. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I watched it since 2007.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. Right here. Sure. Yeah.
My 9-year-old loves you.
Oh, what?
My 9-year-old kid loves you.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Terrible
parents.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, go for it. Yep. Go for it, please. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 things. One is far easier than the other. A, can we see your tattoo more, and what is it? And
sure.
then B, how has doing AVGN like changed you?
Okay. A, tattoo, and B, how AVGN has changed me. So, okay, so here you go. Wait, I can't really get this up much, but I do have a dragon, which if you've seen the dragon in my dreams, you know the significance on that. And then Judas Priest tried in from the band because my wife and I were getting tattoos together, and you know some couples will get like their names tattooed. So we didn't really want to do that, but we both got music tattoos, like something that we share, you know, in common, and we. She got Led Zeppelin symbols, and so that's what we did. I would have never thought I'd get tattoos when I was like young. I was like, oh, I'll never do that. But then you know things happen as you get older. It's like, okay, well, I've been through so much worse. It's like, okay, fine, I don't care. I'll get the tattoo. So I think your skin does so many things to you that you don't want anyway. It's like that's kind of your chance to get back. It's like fuck you, skin. I'm gonna. Oh, has it changed? Yes, thank you. I almost forget that one. Yeah, the 2-parters. I always forget. AVGN's filled an empty part of me. It hasn't changed me. Like I'm actually like this. I think I'm like the same person that I always was. But I think what has changed is that it filled a part of me that I wanted to entertain lots of people, and I didn't do. That wasn't really possible as much. It was before YouTube and. You know, it was just before things like that all fell into place, and once it did, it was just like, oh, I'm really happy that I can entertain a lot of people now, because it's as long as I'm doing that, then it's mission accomplished. Then, you know, that's all I want to do. Yeah. Hey, right here.
Yeah. This off the beat path. What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, what kind of music do I listen to? Mostly rock and metal. Mostly classic metal. All kinds of rock, like The Who, until like Rob Zombie. My favorite band is Black Sabbath. All eras with Ronnie James Dio, Ian Gillan, Glenn Hughes, all of them. Metallica was probably my gateway band in high school. That Metallica got me through high school, you know. Right here.
The Nerd's done so many episodes in front of the couch and a TV over the years. Have you ever thought about doing an AVGN of bad arcade games in an arcade?
Yeah, questions, have I ever thought of doing the AVGN in an arcade location as opposed to the couch? I don't think it would have to be planned out really well if it was scripted, if it was like an actual review. Like I'd have to actually know what I'm there for and go and say all the lines and do it right. But as far as spontaneous videos, I'm sure we could do more of that. Like actually just go to an arcade and just run the cameras and just see what happens, you know? So you might see more of that. I do play at arcades here at the cons. It looks like they got all the major classics here. So I'm playing some Narc right before this.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So all I gotta do sometime is actually like film it. So we'll see.
Hey, there you go.
How about like in the aisle, all the way to the back? Yeah. Oh, have I played Dragon Lair at all? Yeah, Dragon's Lair. The arcade? Yeah, I saw it out there. I didn't play it, no, but I've played it before. Is that it? Okay, yeah, no, it's a lot different than the NES version. You know, I did the review of that. Totally different kind of game.
Yeah, but it says it's more of a time-based game, quick time events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's have right back here. Yeah.
How did you get the idea for the Mr. Bucket video?
How to get the idea for the Mr. Bucket video? I don't remember. I mean, I think it was just like, we just thought it was creepy enough to begin with. And I think it's like anytime you have something that's like meant to be friendly, but it's just creepy, then it's always got to become a horror film. So I think that was the first of those where it starts off innocent and then it turns into, like, it takes a horror twist. And then we're like, okay, well, a lot of people might see that coming. So then I was like, how about Dream Phone? Nobody's gonna see this, a pink phone that goes around killing people. And then Berenstain Bears. So I'm always trying to find the most unassuming thing you can. Right here? Yeah,
So Desert Bus has recently been made into a homebrew for the television that's here at Expo. Have you played it? And if you did, what did you think of it?
Desert Bus is made into a homebrew on the television.
Crazy.
No, but I've played the, Crazy Bus.
Is it Crazy Bus or Desert Bus?
Wait,
Desert Bus.
Desert Bus, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I played the Desert Bus Atari 2600 version. Is it the same as that, or is it totally different?
I don't know. Better.
It's
not getting good.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that one, just the Atari one.
Actually,
Yep.
jumping off that, I think Penn Jillette just announced they're doing a Desert Bus 2.
Oh, really? So they're going through with that?
They're going through with it.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
If that happens, are you going to review it?
Oh, yeah. I know he retweeted that episode. I remember that. That was awesome. I'm a big fan of Penn and Teller. But yeah, if there's a Desert Bus 2, then yeah, I got to get on that. I'm getting on that bus.
What kind of equipment and techniques do you use for like filming and editing the show?
Okay, just what kind of film? More about the equipment or the tech? Either way, okay. Well, there's a lot that goes into it. I know the Barbie making of episode, it goes into depth, but I guess just on a general note, it's just it generally goes in order of playing the game first and trying to get some kind of natural reactions, find enough material to work with, and if it doesn't happen, then I have to move on to another game. So now it takes a little longer to find one that I think is original, but that's the first thing. And then once I have the ideas, I have notes that are all time coded to the recording, and then I'll like sort of organize those notes into like a basis of a script, like sort of an outline, like what's going to happen in this episode, like where does it go, where does it end, and then I'll start fleshing it out and write the script out. And that's probably the most agonizing part, just like coming up with the commentary and making it sound good. And a lot of times I'll write it and I'll just be like, oh, that sounds terrible, and then I'll have to rewrite it. And then it's all about shooting it and then editing it. And and then there's it depends. Sometimes at the end there's like a lot of like music and sound effects. Oh, Berenstain Bears! Oh my God! Like the sound portion of that. Every line that I spoke in the attic was ADR, so I had to redub every single thing that I said because in the attic the dialogue it was too noisy up there. So it sounded like crap. It would have probably worked, but I just wanted to redo it and make it sound clear, so I redubbed every single line. So a lot of that has to happen. Oh, and the next Christmas episode coming up is going to be pretty crazy. So that one's going to have a lot of sound design to it.
Bring it on.
Yeah, a little shorter, but like just intense, focused craziness on this one.
Oh, there we go.
James? Yeah. Yep.
We have about 5 minutes, so a couple more questions.
Okay. Hey, right here.
So how many times do you find life imitating some of your favorite art? So, like, for instance, in the outtake, when the man who wasn't falling through the glass,
Yeah.
it reminded me of an American movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that happens.
How many times do you, like, notice that?
Oh, all the time. That's why American Movie is one of my favorite films, is because of how much how much of the same things that I go through. It's just like, oh my God, that's exactly what we deal with. And then even more to this day, I'll keep doing something. I'm like, oh, that was just like an American movie. There was, when we were filming the monster scenes in the Nerd movie, and he's trying to destroy the buildings, he goes to punch one of the buildings, and it's glass, just this big sheet of glass that he's supposed to punch through. And he punches, and he punches, and he punches, and it just isn't working. It just wouldn't break. And then I go, oh, I'm sorry, I tried to put your hand through this, man. So we're always quoting American Movie. It just never stops. On the aisle right here. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Another question that Superman was pretty useful in the event, the return of the few, nerd
I said Batman v Superman was a prelude to what was going to happen.
for the real few.
For the
nerdy credit, the return of the few.
Nostalgia critic. When are we getting nerdy critic again?
Oh, good question. That'd be cool. What would need to happen for that to happen? I mean, I think Doug and I we're still planning crossovers. I'm actually doing one with him soon. But as far as the actual battle, we didn't really think it. I thought we felt like we did everything with that we could. But I guess maybe now at the time, it's been such a long time that maybe it would be good to do another one. So thanks at least for bringing up the idea. So anything could happen. Who'd want to see that? Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, Fred.
Oh, I was actually raising my hand to show.
Oh, okay. All right. Right here. Yep.
Okay, 2 questions. What is your favorite video game of all time? And then going back to video games, how did you obtain Cheetahman 2?
Oh, how to obtain it? Oh. Favorite video game of all time, Zelda Link to the Past. How did I obtain Cheetahman 2? It was on eBay. That was pretty much the short answer, but it was a very hard one to find, yeah.
How much was it?
I'm gonna. It was definitely hundreds. I know in the box that game originally could have gone for like thousands, until the reproduction one that they put out recently, where that one was obviously less expensive, but like for a while like that game I think there's 1,500 copies of it in existence, so that was just like one of the rarest games I think was ever in a Nerd episode. There's also Cultron 6-in-1, that one's pretty rare. And that one was in the Bible Games 3 episode. And also there's a Myriad 6-in-1, which is actually just Cultron 6-in-1, but after this Myriad company bought it out, then they just slapped their sticker on top of it. So it's basically, there's no difference in the game. The copyright even says Cultron if you start it up. But that sticker, just having that sticker on it racks the price up like an obscene amount. So it's a very expensive sticker. Over here.
The Rob the Robot episode is one of my absolute favorites. Is that one of your favorites as well, or do you run into any snafus with
Oh, yeah.
filming and editing that one at all?
Oh, Rob the Robot, yeah, that a lot of times when I'm asked what's my favorite episode, that's usually the one I point to, is Rob the Robot. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Is there any snafus involved with it? Anything that didn't like work out as good? The biggest thing that just didn't come out the way I planned was the final battle in it against Rob in the city, because I wanted to have somebody in like a Rob the Robot like costume. Like I want it to be like a Godzilla movie or an Ultraman episode or something where we're just fighting, and we wanted to build all these fake buildings and have it be like a practical scene, but it really just wasn't feasible. So we ended up just doing it like on a green screen, and I'm just fighting against just the same Rob, the accessory itself, which it still got the job done. It did what it was supposed to be. But you know, my imagination runs wild. I want it to be like a big battle scene. At that time. Okay, sorry, that's all the time. But thanks. It's been really awesome. First time in Portland.